Hello and welcome to this video about my 4 foot by 4 foot layout. Today's video is just a update on how the layout is progressing, and then also we're going to have a few trains running around towards the end. So the main thing which has changed on the layout from the previous video is the back scene. So we're going to have a look at the back scene now in a bit more detail. So originally I had two boards which went one at the back there and one on the side which went straight down. I have now changed it so it curves onto the one at the back, and there was a cut-in underneath to allow the trains to run through. So from this view you can see that it looks quite good. I've also put some foliage on there, you can just see it in the background to hide a messy cut I made. I've also put loads of trees in front of the opening to try and disguise it a bit, so from this view you can't really see it. And if I move around a little bit more, so you can actually see the cut in there. But I bought some Hornby trees recently, scale down range, and the large ones, and they work brilliantly to hide that. They're mixed in with my other trees. Then if I show you from around the back, so there's the opening you can see, which goes into my little sidings area where I've got 2 points. There's also a backboard on the back which I've put in to try, so if you do see through the cutting you can actually see a bit of scenery as well. The other thing I did is just add in some cheap lights. So these are literally lights from a Christmas tree, or spare ones, which I've just put in some of the buildings, just add a bit of light. So these cost me I think about £1.99, running 2 AA batteries, and it just adds a bit more to the scene. I need to black out some of the buildings a bit more, but it just adds a bit more to the scenery, especially during sort of more of the evening running sessions. So I'm really pleased with the little one in the little coal yard. But yeah, so I just need to black out some of the buildings, but that looks good so far. So the other thing I've been doing is sorting out my wiring. So now I've got 2 separate wires. So this one is for my Hornby Select, for my digital locos, which majority of them are. And then for my older locos and a couple which I haven't chipped yet, I've just got a Backman basic controller which enables me to run some of my older locos and some ones which aren't chipped. So for example, this Halogen 33 I haven't chipped yet, so that can work on my Backman controller. It just enables me to run both locos on separate wires, and all I have to do is change the plug over, and it allows me to run digital and DC. So yeah, so as you can see I've got my 2 sidings which I can still use on both there. So that's been a really nice little progression that has. Another area that I've improved, I've added some signals in. So I've got a ground disc signal and a home signal there, and then on the other side of the station we've got exactly the same. So we've got a Hornby this side home signal, and then a ground disc signal there for more to be used for the loop round and for the sidings. They're not wired up or anything yet, but I just wanted to add them in, just add that extra bit more detail. At some stage I would like to add some better signals and wire them so I can actually use them, but for now it just adds a bit more detail. Scenery wise, we've just got the fire station which is fairly new, and the Oxford diecast plane which I've tried to disguise on a pole with some trees. Another addition is this Oxford diecast livestock trailer which I've just put behind the tractor, which looks quite nice because it goes up to the sheep, so it looks like I've just dropped some sheep off at the back of the scene. Yes, I've not done too much on that side, but going from here it looks lovely on this view with the back scene now curved. It just looks so much neater than what was previously there. So I'm going to shut up now and run some trains, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of this video. So hopefully you've enjoyed this update on the layout and seeing some of the trains running around towards the end, and hopefully you can catch me on the next video. Thanks for now.